This Bitcoin setup, insane. This ADA setup, Cardano zoomed out in the weekly, insane. This Ethereum setup, insane. We're enjoying the gains right now. It's Sunday night, December 3rd, 2023. We're enjoying the gains. Been doing these YouTube videos for almost 6 years now on crypto. We've had these moments. Hit the like, everybody. Hit the subscribe on the way in. I appreciate you cruising through. I'm live, and I have not gone live in a very long time, and I'm just real quick checking to make sure, like on Twitter, for instance, is it working? It's actually working. Get out of here. All right. That's good to go. So here's the thing. I want to break down, I'm going to break down the Bitcoin charts. I'm going to break down the Bitcoin charts. I'm going to break down the Cardano charts. I'm going to break down some Ethereum charts. Ethereum charts looking so pretty. And I want to start though. And please don't, I'm bullish. I'm so bullish. If you've been watching my YouTube channel, you know this is, if we go to the Bitcoin chart zoomed out, you know that on the weekly on Bitcoin chart, come maybe January, the beginning of this year, January 2023, I was saying the worst of it is over, 2022, that year before the recession. That's based off of decades and decades of macroeconomic data, right? So that has played out really well, and we're getting very close to the next bull market. We really are. In terms of where we are this cycle, you can just see it. The parabolic phase of the last bull market just illustrated on this chart, post 2020 halving, right here. And look at what we just survived: the bear, the winter, and then we're cruising into the halving, and we're waiting for this parabolic phase. So I just want to preface, I'm bullish, but everything I'm about to say before we dig into the data, everything that I'm about to say is based off of this piece of data. And this is the macro piece of data. I charted this chart back in 2018. You can see December 2018, I charted it. Bitcoin was like $3,500 or so. And this was my approach to the macro cycles of crypto. And has it played out perfectly? It hasn't been perfect, but it has been extremely close to on point in terms of what these cycles are doing. So from a macro time frame perspective, I just want to let you all know what I'm about to say is based on that. It's based on the consistencies of these crypto cycles. And so before we dive into the Bitcoin charts, the Cardano charts, and the Ethereum charts, I just want to say this. We've been here through the cycles, even pre-bull cycle. We've had these major pumps, these crazy green candles, and this one might be different. It might be, but reel in the excitement. Reel in the excitement. Simmer down the emotions. And you can actually do that and still just be a little bit hype. A little bit hype about the green candles, because I'm hype about the green candles. But at the same time, I've been doing these YouTube videos for so long. And one really just good example is this pump that we had in the last cycle, 2019. This was so enjoyable. I remember it. But it's like, were we in the bull market yet? We weren't in the bull market yet. And so we get these nice moves out of the bear market, preparing for the next halving. But I just want to point out, we're not at even the Fibonacci retracement lower high. These are the bull market doors. These are those bull market doors that Bitcoin breaks post halving. So we can go 2017 bull market high to bear market low in 2018. And you can see these bull market doors being tested, right? But breaking the bull market doors post the 2020 halving. These bull market doors, I think, will be broken post the halving. Now, I digress from that because I know we're pumping right now. People don't want to hear that, right? I would probably lost a ton of viewers. But I'm just saying that because when we start zooming in and we can kind of go to the daily chart, we can really start seeing what's happening. And we're actually starting to see some divergence from those previous cycles. And that's where the shift comes to say, all right, it's all good and dandy to say, don't get overexcited, right? But when things start happening that have never happened before, my eyebrow starts raising, right? And that's what we'll talk about in this video. That's what we'll talk about now. But I just wanted to start with that, preface the video, toning it down a little bit. I'm not trying to be overly hype, overly bullish, but I am so bullish, everybody. This is crazy. We just survived an incredible bear market, and we have the Bitcoin spot ETF stuff going on. We have that. That is imminent. But even more, I think, exciting is just the fact that we have cases like the Coinbase SEC case, the Kraken SEC case. We have all of the wins, XRP win, We have all these things taking place in terms of the regulatory environment and the clarity environment. And these things are so needed to really just let crypto soar in the next cycle like it's never soared before, right? And so I'm glad those things are going on. So let's dive in now and talk about really just the depths of the charts and what is going on. So with Bitcoin, we'll start with Bitcoin, and I'm going to pivot to Cardano. Cardano right now hovering above 40 cents. And then we'll pivot and we'll look at the Ethereum chart because there's some things happening over there that I want to point out. And I'll integrate the caution along the way. But going over here on the Bitcoin chart, this is what we're watching. There's been so many months of just tracking this higher high formation that has just come into play. This yellow trend line, as we often track and we've been tracking, goes back to July 2022, everybody. That is a long time coming. It's like a year and a half upper trend line, and it's only had like 1, 2, and then finally, most recently, the third touch. Now, we've seen what happened to the first touch to the downside, second touch to the downside, and we're hitting this third touch, and we're actually getting a breakout out of this insane macro upper trend line. We go to the daily chart, and this is kind of what I've been watching lately, and it is just that story of bearish divergence that's been a concern to me. And it's been this indicator for me, the lower highs on momentum oscillator, while price is going higher highs. It's been that indicator for me that's saying, okay, we've been here before, right? At these breakouts from the moving averages before a dip, right? Obviously, this was the COVID dip last time. This is the very similar move in the last cycle. It's just that move from the moving averages. And then you can even go back 2 cycles ago. If you've been watching my videos, you know we've been tracking this move away from the 20-week moving average. That's the very similar move that we're getting right now on Bitcoin prior to the halving, and then Bitcoin pulled into the 20 weeks. So I've been looking for, on the shorter term, the case for Bitcoin to pull back down before the halving, right? Again, pull back down, consolidate at the very least before the halving. So my case that I've been tracking for Bitcoin to pull back down, if you've been watching my videos, is, to something like the 20-week moving average down here around 31, 32. The case that I've been tracking is the bearish divergence that's playing out. I want to say it has a nice little breakout out of this upper trend line right now. We're gonna continue watching it. You zoom in on the Bitcoin chart, and we have a target to the upside, even on the very short term, $42,000, right? So this move, if it keeps going, $42,000. Is the breakout. We have an ascending triangle, $42,000 target, shorter term target. Whether that's hit or not, I'd anticipate a move back to the trend line. So do we get the move back to the trend line in the short term? Maybe this stalls overnight and we don't get the breakout to 42, or do we hit 42 and then we're getting a fall? That's something I'd be monitoring. And in the process of that, I'd be really watching, how is the RSI operating, right? You can see the RSI right now cruising back into overbought territory right now. If this move gets legs, and this is where we start differentiating previous cycles, this is where we start saying, man, Bitcoin really it might be doing something it's never done before, right? If Bitcoin does something it's done before in previous cycles, it would be a fall now, right? To just key areas. The 200-day moving average down here, the 50-day moving average even is around $35,000. And as I noted, the 20-week moving average is right around $30,000, $31,000. That's a common move for Bitcoin. Now, if Bitcoin actually hits the $42,000 target, maybe some sideways consolidation, keeps going, this starts cruising really into overbought. This is something Bitcoin has not done in cycles past. This, and whatever Bitcoin price hits or not, this, if it happens, the continued momentum right now, and I'm talking about this is like in the coming days, if this happens, this is an indicator that, you know what, this cycle with the Bitcoin spot ETF narrative and big money coming into play and all of these other things that we've been tracking in the crypto market, it's truly moving crypto in a way that it's not moved it before. And we're on that. We're at that threshold now. The time is now for Bitcoin to do what it's done in cycles past, and that would be a retracement. Be ready for a retracement. I'm telling you. I'm telling myself, I should say. This is me tracking the charts, tracking my crypto journey. Be ready for a retracement, everybody. It is so in play. And it would be so commonplace. And I feel like it would just like it would put my heart at ease as we track these crypto charts, because I'm used to these charts being so consistent. I will 100% enjoy continued upside right now. That shorter term target, $42,000. What's crazy, if you go to well, actually, we can zoom out on this chart. We have, don't forget this, don't forget this falling wedge. This is like the bear market falling wedge. Bitcoin broke out of beginning of the year, January 2023, tested the trend line, fell back to the trend line, and then since then, it's just been higher highs, higher lows, right? The target to the upside out of that, I think, is right around like $55,000, right? And Bitcoin's on its way. If Bitcoin is to hit that area at this part of the cycle, and you can see where we are now, this part of the cycle, be absolutely incredible for Bitcoin to do that. And it's just a fun story to watch. Everybody, I appreciate you cruising through. I don't know how many people are in here. I can't see. It usually shows me. But hit the like button if you're out there, if you're watching. As we get this week started, this is a live stream. I'm not too used to it, but I'll get back in the groove. We're not in those bull market door environments just yet. When we do, I'm gonna be doing live streams a lot. Those bull market doors being broken, swing high of the last bull market to the bear market low, bull market doors. Just so you all know, if you're unaware, 59,000 at the 786, 59,000 at the 786 to the 618 around 49,000. Bull market doors, everybody. That's when the real fun begins. That's when the real fun begins. If we test it prior to the halving, it'll be absolutely epic. That's what I'm watching on Ethereum, but I want to pivot, or that was Bitcoin. I want to pivot to Cardano. Cardano doing a nice little move of its own. Somebody said 1.1 thousand. So 1,100. Hey, that's not bad. We haven't done a live stream in months. We broke 1,000. That's pretty on pace. 1.2. 1,200 people. I appreciate you guys letting me know. So Cardano, I mean, very similar thing. I'm not zoomed in, so it's kind of ugly, but daily chart is kind of an ascending triangle. You can see that resistance, upper trend line resistance. Breakout target out of this, 45 cents. Can ADA do it? I want to go actually to my Twitter. I'm glad I had this open because I just tweeted this a little bit ago. I said, this is how the Cardano story goes. And everybody, if you're out there and you hate Cardano, I just want to let you know, it's all good. It's all good. Cardano's a big piece of my crypto journey. I track it. I like it. I know how the story goes, though. I know how the story goes with Cardano. I've been here. We've been around the block here. I said ADA lags. It's just what it does. And Cardano gets hated on anyway. It doesn't help that ADA price takes its time to catch up because that just draws in the haters even more. But then I said, then people claim that's proof the chain is not going anywhere. Then it explodes and outperforms. It will reward those prepared. I think this is all my opinion. This is not a guarantee. This is just my opinion. Y'all know me. That's all this is. And it will shock those unprepared. That's the story. That's been the story with ADA. Now here's where the story kind of gets special. We just looked at the 45 cent shorter term target for ADA, right? The story gets special on the Cardano weekly chart. Check this out, everybody. This is the most intriguing thing. I was prepared as somebody at this TA. First off, going into the bear market, I was prepared for one of these, right? Just grueling, doing videos. I knew it was coming. I was going to do videos on Cardano and crypto in general. I was going to do videos almost every day. Views were going to just slowly dwindle. The hate would slowly rise. That's the story for a content creator in a bear market. That's what happened. This is what happened. Again, the views fell into the bear market. The hate rose because people are grouchy. And then I was also prepared for, even at this time of the cycle, right here where we actually are, you can see this red box. I have these red boxes so we can illustrate where are we timing-wise around the halving. Here's the halving, Bitcoin halving of last cycle. Here's the Bitcoin halving coming up in spring. Where were we this time around? Here's the red box this time around. We were still falling. Cardano is still falling. It wasn't until, what is that, a week or so, or a month and a half later, ADA finally started rising outside of that red box. ADA this cycle around has started rising earlier. I just want to say that. That's a special move for Cardano. And this time, it's not rising from 3 cents, right, to 6 cents That's not the move. This time, it's not only early, it's happening earlier, but it's 25, 24 cents to now 40 cents. I don't think it can be any more clear how good that looks. That looks good to me. And this video, I'm just doing straight up technical analysis. I'm not even talking about the fact that when ADA was doing it last time, it didn't have staking mechanism, Shelley hard fork. It didn't have the multi-asset ledger that we got when Mary came around. Alonzo hard fork and smart contracts. We're talking about DeFi was not even online. Like now there's hundreds of projects basically building on Cardano. I just did a video on the Cardano ecosystem the other day, how massive that I think is going to be. And Cardano is about to have its first bull market with an actual ecosystem. Billions and billions and billions of dollars, I think, in value. I think I anticipate maybe 1% of total crypto market cap, I think will be attributed not to Cardano, but to the Cardano ecosystem coins. That's just my thought. And so my point is this. We didn't have any of that last cycle, right? Now we have all of that. And Ethereum, when it had its first DeFi cycle 2 cycles ago, I think Cardano is going to do something special like that. We go back to the ADA charts, zoomed in. You can see right now as I do the video, ADA, breaking out a little bit. That 45 cent target is kind of my shorter term target that I'm waiting for. If we look at from where ADA is right now, we're looking at a 10% move. That would be a really nice move for ADA on the shorter term. I think notable would be the fact, and this is kind of annoying looking at the charts, that literally is the swing high that we had back in April 2023. We want to see ADA break that. That is such a crucial area. The fact that we have a breakout target right in that area, there could be huge resistance at that 45 cent level, meaning we could hit a target anyway, fall back down. That's so common for crypto. But the fact that there's actually this added resistance layer, there's huge resistance. So we're looking at 45 cents as that next target for ADA, huge resistance. And I want to just point something out. You zoom out, there's other things happening, right? So maybe we hit a short-term target out of this ascending triangle, 45 cents, cruising back down. Other targets are in play, right, that we've been tracking on this YouTube channel. We have a target right here, 75 cents. It's a larger kind of falling channel, falling broadening wedge for ADA that's in play as well. But one thing I do know is ADA is making a move earlier this time around. And if ADA continues to the upside, similar to Bitcoin, it will be like something that Cardano has never done. Let's go to Ethereum. I want to break down the Ethereum chart just because I find it interesting how all these cryptos, they set up differently. And actually touching on something with ADA real quick on the weekly. This ties into Ethereum a little bit. This setup that ADA is in this bottom formation of the bear market, so similar to the last bear market, right? And you can chart multiple things here. I was just messing around with ADA on this zoomed out, and I was looking at this lower area, and then I was just simply looking at this lower high trend that ADA has kind of been in, and you can actually see ADA breaking out of that upper trend line, right? But it's very much a descending triangle. I don't have it up, but Bulkowski has, I think it's his data suggests descending triangles get kind of this bad reputation. But descending triangles on Bulkowski, and by the way, I think it's thepatternSite.com. I really love his data and his take on technical analysis. But I think he has his data suggests 54% of the time the breakout is to the upside. A lot of times people see descending triangles and they're kind of like, man, that's so bearish. It's such a bearish thing, but it's like 50-50. Anytime, any triangle, descending, ascending, symmetrical, whatever, when you're getting an upper trend line breakout, it's just always a good thing, right? So target to the upside on that, we're looking at actually target on the ascending triangle is actually, I think, around 80 to 85 cents on the descending triangle. I'm sorry. So we have some upside targets for ADA in play. I just want to throw that out there. So the thing that's interesting about Ethereum has kind of an opposite thing going on. Not a descending triangle. Ethereum has an ascending triangle. And it makes sense. So, and the ascending triangle, you can kind of paint it like this, but you can also be like, I don't like how that looks because you got this little area back in April, kind of a higher high, and then we have kind of this rising wedge, right? So it kind of depends how you want to chart it, but either way, target to the upside out of that puppy is like $4,000. But Ethereum is really testing, I would say, its own little key resistance area, whether it's the upper trend line of the rising wedge, 22,700 or 2270, or if we move that back down, it's already broken out. But either way, going to track Ethereum because I think Bitcoin, Ethereum, even Cardano, just these blue chips, what they're doing, I think is so crucial. The data that we kind of extract from the charts, so crucial in determining, well, how are we? Are we on pace in terms of these cycles? And I will just say this. We are so on pace from a data perspective. It's insane. And if crypto were to keep going, it's just going to be like something we've never seen before. I think we're getting very close to that moment. I just don't think we're there just yet. If you just go to Ethereum chart, for instance, just look at this. Picture this. Right now, everybody's on Twitter and they're kind of going crazy. They're very excited. I'm excited. This is fun to track this stuff. But you go on Twitter and everybody's just freaking out. Like, we're in a bull market. We're straight up going, we're in a bull market. That's the sentiment when we get these moves. And I get the feeling of that, but I saw the same exact stuff happening back here prior to the last halving. And this is a Ethereum chart, but man, we're in a bull market starting finally again because people are craving the time of this time. They're waiting for that. And the same thing is right here. They're waiting for this move. They want to be there now. And historically, this move doesn't happen until after the halving. And we get teased a little bit in the process, waiting. So right now, it's like, yeah, Ethereum's looking nice, Cardano's looking nice, Bitcoin's looking nice, but be prepared. Even if Ethereum keeps going up 3,000, right? Be prepared for this stuff, these huge crashes. I can't say that enough just because we see that happen so often. And I'm trying to locate indicators that suggest, man, this is a little different this time around, right? Maybe we get an early bull market. Maybe. So Bitcoin halving is in spring. Dude, maybe Bitcoin breaks the bull market doors before the halving. Do you not? That would be so epic. And just to give you an idea, Bitcoin is around, we're looking 20, it's not even that far, 20 to 45% from the bull market doors. The 786, right around 45% away. Somebody said, what's different? I want to use this. This is great. What's different this time around is that there's multiple ETFs on horizon. And I can't agree enough. That is exactly, I think, what's different this time around. And there's always different narratives. Like every cycle, there's certain narratives going on. But this time around, this ETF, this Bitcoin spot ETF, amongst things like Ethereum ETF, that's a whole new playing field. That's a whole new level. Institutions getting on board. This is the first cycle now where Bitcoin and crypto, I think, has some respect on a different level. So when we're talking about trillions and trillions coming in, and you have big money that wants to even get ahead of that, and you have smart people, smart money that wants to get ahead of that, this is truly what is different this time around. This could truly push Bitcoin through the bull market doors before the halving. And it's absolutely insane to see 45%, so 25 or so to 45% away from bull market doors being broken. It'd be so epic. It would be so fun. And the other thing I just want to say, it's the Coinbase versus SEC. It's Kraken versus SEC. It's, even little things. Uniswap just had a case dismissed. Uniswap had a case dismissed by Judge Fila. Judge Fila dismissed this case, and Judge Fila is the same judge presiding over the Coinbase versus SEC case. It's things like that. How are these things going to play out? And SEC has been really racking up the losses, and I say time and time again, it's because the law is not on their side. So we'll continue to monitor all of these things. So the moral of the story, the moral of the video is basically, I wanted to go live because it's been really fun just to kind of see crypto moving the way it is right now. However, I wanted to reel in the excitement a little bit, which is some plain old good data that says we've been in moves like this before, right? We've truly been in moves like this before. And then boom. This was COVID, by the way. And this is the very similar move. So it's going to be very cool to see, assuming we don't get another COVID like in the next week, what happens now? And that's the game changer, everybody. So we'll see what happens. I wanted to just do a video for y'all. And I see a lot of people asking about some other cryptos. I'll try and start integrating other cryptos, into these videos. But this video has gone long enough. So I appreciate you. If you're out there, hit the subscribe. Please, everybody, turn the notifications on. If you're here right now, hit the like button if you enjoyed this content. We are going to have so much fun. I dare to say even the most fun we've ever had on this YouTube channel in this next cycle. So definitely turn notifications on. And I'll be bringing that crypto news to you. I'll be bringing the crypto charts to you. And we'll take it a day at a time, everybody. Hope you have a great start to your week. I'll see you all in the next video. God bless.